Good morning and welcome to the show, and thanks for waking up with us today. In the studio this morning, we have John Hancharik, who's the general manager of MarineMax here on Panama City Beach. Welcome to the show, John.
Hi, Don. How are you?
I'm doing really well. You know, we go out to your place, out to MarineMax, once a week to look at all the cool boats that you have going on out there. We've even had a few boat rides and had a tour of this beautiful yacht. But it's not just about selling boats. I mean, you guys have events and classes and things like that go on out there, don't you?
MarineMax, we're very proud to be part of the community and do things for the community complimentary. And we have a few complimentary training classes coming up that we'd like to highlight today and tell you a little bit about it and tell your viewers, come on out and take a look.
All right, so you've actually got something coming up this Saturday, don't you?
May 9th, Saturday, 9 to 11 in the morning, we have a red snapper and bottom fishing training class. And this class is put on by Tom Putnam of Half Hitch. He's our local partner right there on Thomas Drive, right up the street from us. And he comes in and we host the event, and he's the expert. He has all the secrets on the bait, the proper tackle, the proper bait presentation, the landing techniques, the release techniques. And bottom fishing is a totally different way to do fishing compared to what a lot of people are used to. So there are special techniques. And
now, if somebody wants to go to this class on Saturday, what do they need to do? Do you just show up, or do we need to call?
Well, I prefer you call or email RSVP. Cassie Anderson is our admin at the store, and you can email cassie.anderson@marinemax.com, or just call us at the store, 850-708-1317.
And I've been in that classroom that you guys have there too.
Oh, it's huge.
It is. It's nice. You've got a really nice facility there.
And sometimes we'll have up to 75 or 100 people at these events. Sometimes they're smaller, but red snapper is a prime fish in the area. Everyone likes to catch red snapper, and red snapper season starts May 23rd. Right. So now's the time, if you're thinking about, if you're a fisherman, you want to get out there, and whether you're a novice or a seasoned fisherman, you can pick up tips.
And I got to tell you, I'm really not a fisherman, but I took my boys out for red snapper a couple times on a boat there in the marina, and what a great time. What a great time, especially when you get something.
Memories are always made when you're out in the water, whether you catch fish or not.
That's right. United by water. That's right. Now, you've got some other stuff coming up, too. Now that's Saturday, May 9th. You've got this red snapper class taught by Half Hitch. But on May 30th, Saturday, May 30th, you have Women on Water. What's that about?
A lot of times, and we were joking about sounding sexist, but it's a lot of times the captain of the ship is the guy.
There's the guy, yeah.
But the gals, they need to know the same thing as far as safety, maneuverability, technical aspects of the boat. So we have a specific course just for the gals. It's called WOW, Women on Water. Wow. And they get their own pink hat, and they get the T-shirt, and they get the the whole.
So you kind of demystify boating for the ladies.
Let's put it, that's fine. We can say it that way. But it's a combination of classroom training and actual hands-on on water training. So we want to take the fear out of boating, and a lot of that is just mental. Once you're out there and you see the maneuvers, the techniques. And we walk through this theory in classroom, and then we actually go out on the water and let all the women do the docking.
So if you're a lady and you're tired of your husband being the captain of the ship, go to this class on May 30th, Saturday, May 30th.
Sure.
And you can, I'm inciting a mutiny over here.
Well, even if she wants to throw the guy overboard and then she can bring the boat home, that's fine.
Yeah, and in the few seconds we have left, I know you got another class coming up on June 6th, and that's a certification course that's going to be conducted by the U.S. Coast Guard. That'll give you a certification. That'll give you a break on your insurance, right?
It's true, and it is Coast Guard Auxiliary certified, and you get your certificate and badge, and it's a nice course that you can attend on June 6th. Along with that, we're also doing a Sea Ray demo day. So we'll have all of our Sea Rays in the water that day, from 19 feet up to 47-foot
Get
sport
certified,
yachts.
shop for a boat, look at the sea rays, and John Hancharick was so out of time it's not funny.
Okay.
But thanks so much for coming on the show and getting us smart on the classes that go on out there. And if you need to
Fantastic.
know more about this, just go to MarineMax.com, look for the Panama City shop, and find out all about the classes and wonderful products that they sell there. We'll be right back after your Waking Up with Don weather. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Alan Graham from Counts Real Estate, and we're going to talk about your home and maybe a home you might want to sell too, right, Alan?
That's true, Don. Good to see you again.
Good to be seen. Thank you so much for coming on the show again.
Today I'd like to talk about, last week we talked about some listing agreements and how you get prepared to sell a home.
Yeah.
And during part of that process, the seller has to fill out disclosures. And in the state of Florida, there are a variety of disclosures, and I got to share with you that most disclosures were created by lawsuits. And so there's one of them, the homeowners.
By cruel experience.
Yes. The first disclosure you'll be asked to fill out is called a homeowner's disclosure, everything that you know about that house. There's a variety of others that could fall into place. If you live in a subdivision that has a homeowner association, you may be requested to fill out a homeowners association disclosure. In the state of Florida, you'll be requested to fill out a sinkhole disclosure, and if your house was built before 1978, you might be asked to fill out a lead-based paint disclosure. And the last one, which we don't get filled out that often anymore, it seems like the lawsuits may have subsided, was a radon gas disclosure.
Do we really get much radon in this part of the country? Because
No.
I know that it's kind of a northeastern phenomenon for the most part.
Right. They figured that it came out of the accumulation of stone and the gases emitted and the radioactive materials from granite or those types of stones. We don't really have radon gas in the state of Florida except in the central area where we have some phosphorus mines down there. And also the tightness of the houses today contribute to the retention of those gases. We're told that if we build a space as tight as we possibly can and heat it and cool it as few times as possible, it doesn't allow for air changes in the house to be able to bring in fresh air. And so
Now, and I'll say I'm a homeowner, and I've only bought and sold a few homes in my lifetime, and I'm trying to sort of kind of remember, because I know my realtor would take care of all that heavy lifting and minutia for me,
Right.
which is another good reason to have a realtor. But is there a checklist of things, or do you have to hire a home inspector to get you through that disclosure process?
No, but there's some warnings about a disclosure statement. It's going to ask you about roof, water heating, plumbing. It's going to ask you about the property and any encroachments that you know about. The thing that I coach customers in on that is that to be as honest as you possibly can. Sometimes people have not occupied a home. They're selling a rental home. So they don't have a lot of information about how the inside has been kept and the appliances are working or not working. And so there's a box on there that says, I don't know. Well, that answer is perfectly fine if you truly don't know. Here's where a disclosure will come back to bite you. If you fill out that you've not had roof leaks, and somebody buys the home and the neighbors come over and they greet you and shake your hand and bring you your cupcakes and well, we hope you enjoy the new home. Hey, did they ever get that roof leak fixed? And you pull out your disclosure and they said, well, there's never been a roof leak, and you show it to them and they say, that guy had the roofers over here about every 2 weeks. So you've been caught.
Yeah, then you're in trouble.
There you go.
You know, honesty is the key when buying and selling. As long as you're being honest, I mean, you'll stay out of trouble.
The words, I don't know, if you truly don't know, and people don't like to admit that they don't know. But if that is the truth, that's the most effective way to answer a problem. And what it does is it shifts the responsibility to the buyer to get a good home inspection and thoroughly investigate the property. So it kind of shifts that responsibility, which is a great way to mitigate it.
Yeah, if you don't know, you don't know. It's that easy.
Right.
Now, you know, when we sold a home, we didn't have to worry about roof leaks or anything because we had put a new roof on the house about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years before we sold the place. So it was way too easy to say, okay, everything's fine, I suppose. But they still found little things wrong. And here's something that kind of gets me. We had some flashing around our chimney when we first moved in.
You always do.
All right.
Chimneys are notorious.
Yeah, there was flashing around the chimney, and then a home inspector comes in and says, that flashing's got to go, you got the wrong kind of stuff there, you've got to do something else. So they take it out, and the seller says to me, My guy said it was okay. So we had 2 home inspectors that were at odds with each other on how to treat the flashing around the chimney. Is that common?
Very often, because chimney ends up being a stop block for the roof running off. And so
Yep.
when rain hits the water, it catches right there. And so that flashing to prevent the water from penetrating at the fireplace is critical, the way that it's installed. And so it's really important. There's some ways to mitigate it. We run into chimney issues all the time, and if you have a gable roof that runs out to the chimney that throws the water off to the sides, that's one way to do it. And the other way is to put some type of deflector on the roof prior to the water reaching the chimney.
We had it all on that house. Alan Graham, thank you so much for coming on the show and getting us
Thank you.
smart on home inspections. And we'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Allison Smith from Herb Effects Landscape Management and Pest Control. And I see you brought some friends with you here today.
I brought a few friends. It is that time of year. You want to start planting. All the stores, garden centers, everybody has flowers everywhere. A lot of people ask, what is something easy to grow that I can put either in a pot or in my yard that will not be complicated? And here are 3 great choices.
Okay, so these are not complicated to plant or take care of?
No. Actually, this one is actually a type of salvia. It's
salvia.
purple volcano salvia.
Purple volcano salvia.
Yeah, and it will actually spread and clump out. It doesn't get any true flowers like with like little colorful, but it does make a little stalk that comes up. And the great thing about this guy is, 1, he will clump and get bigger. 2, this is a true perennial. This little guy is actually super hardy. This winter, freezing temperatures, perfect.
He looks a little like romaine lettuce. I mean,
He
he's got a
does, but you don't want to eat this. No. But the great thing about it is he will spread, and seeds will blow. So if you don't want it to spread by seed, you just want to go in with either scissors, or I have really hard fingernails. You just want to pinch that out, and it goes away. So you don't have to worry about it spreading. But anybody in the salvia family has a square stem, and this guy actually has corners. It's a perfect square.
Oh yeah, you can feel it. There are 4 sides to this little stem here.
Salvia is a huge family of plants, and it really is truly literally, that's all you got to do, and this guy will be purple year-round for you.
Wow.
He's great. Very hardy.
So you can put this in your landscaping. Now, what is this little guy here?
This is a type of purslane.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Purslane.
Perennial. This one.
And what does perennial mean? Comes back every year?
Comes back every year, right. An annual will grow from plant, flower, and seed out in 1 season, and then typically die.
Then you're done.
Perennial, they won't bloom or anything until their 2nd year, but they live in our area many years. This is what I would call a semi-perennial, truthfully. It may get so cold that we may lose these in the winter. But this one is great because you can put it like in an area in your yard where you may not get much water. He literally does not want much water at all. Full sun. If you have a patio with maybe some rocks or little crevices, you can put these in between. If you want it to spread, you can literally just take this and stick it in the dirt, and it's going to grow.
Oh, feeling quite nicely.
And the cool thing about this is, you can see they're just trying to open. This closes its flowers every night, and they reopen the next day.
Oh.
Yeah, so he closes up at night.
That's kind of a cool feature, you know?
Yeah, it's a succulent, little, low water needs.
Yeah.
Actually, if he gets too much water, he won't do very well. So.
Okay, so you could put this, like you said, in a little rocky area perhaps.
Yeah, or in a container hanging off. It'll kind of hang down. Does great in pots.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so-
Now, who's this? This is a Penta something or other.
It's a pentas.
Just a
yes,
pentas.
Pentas. And they come white, hot pink, bright red, purple. And this one, again, is kind of what I would call a semi-perennial. You may get these guys, make it year-round. But again, this will take full sun down to part shade. Very, very easy to grow. He's about as tall as he's going to get. He may get a little bit bigger. But to keep it looking its best, it grows in a V, and it's called a crotch. So when it stops blooming, you just want to slide down.
All right, let's turn it this way so we
you
can
see
get a
that?
better look at it.
Can you see how
to do that?
It has a flower coming out.
So when it stops growing.
So you just want to slide down to that little V that it's in, pinch it out, and it'll bloom. You don't have to do that, but it'll bloom a lot prettier and bloom longer if you'll pinch out all the old flowers.
Okay, so when those flowers start to die, just pinch them off at the V there, at the crotch you call it.
The crotch, right?
Yeah, the old crotch pinch, and you'll be blooming before you know it.
Exactly, and this one's really, really easy. Again, these are 3 plants that right now a lot of your box stores, your garden centers will have, and anybody can grow these 3.
Allison, I always have so much fun when you come on the show. This is cool stuff. Thank you so
Thanks.
much
Hey,
for
you're
coming
welcome.
on.
Yeah.
Allison Smith from Herb Effects. We'll be
Hey.
right back. Welcome back to the show. I have 2 wonderful people here in the studio with me by the name of Melissa Bowman and Jason Blanks. I almost called you Banks. I don't know why.
I get
Probably
it.
because I'm
It's
not
all right.
wearing glasses. But I've seen you many times, and I haven't met you yet, but you're both from the Kaleidoscope Theater,
Yes.
and you're going to be performing in a Prelude to a Kiss. Actually, you have been performing in a Prelude to a
Yeah.
Kiss. So, actors. They're some of my best guests. I mean, they really are, because, you know, they
You
kinda
get a whole
go
lot of
with the flow.
people in one guest.
Yeah, you get a lot of people.
Yeah,
That's right. You
yeah.
get like now I've seen you in a couple plays already, Jason. What makes this play any different?
Well, I don't usually, I'm normally the funny, geeky, weird guy, and I guess I get to do that a little in this too. But I'm also the romantic lead, which is a weird sort of new.
I can see that.
Well, thank you.
You've got great hair. You can do it.
Well, I put it on every morning. I love it.
Can I borrow it? I guess
Nah,
is my
it's
next
mine.
question.
It's fitted for my head.
And Melissa, now I haven't seen you before in any play, so you're a relative newcomer to the Kaleidoscope, aren't you?
Yeah, I did Rocky Horror last summer, but this is my second play only. So
Okay. So do you have a background in theater, or is this all new for you, or?
no, I was a musician for 10 years, so I have a lot of stage experience. But as far as acting, I did stuff in high school, but it's been a long time.
So you're musical too. How cool is that? Now what type of instrument do you play? Do you sing?
I play guitar and sing.
Oh, check you out. All right.
Yeah.
Good. Is there any of that in the play? Because I haven't seen it yet. No, just acting, no singing.
Just acting.
I was kind of hoping to be like all singing, all dancing, and all that.
No,
Now-
it's not that kind of play.
Now there's an actor. Yeah, it just seems that way. There's an actor that we like a lot, and we see him in a lot of plays by the name of Doug Gilliland, and he is the guy who's directing this play. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
He's the head honcho.
He is the head honcho. He's the
Yes,
guy in
yes.
charge. Does he have like a big megaphone? He yells at
He
you
doesn't
guys?
need one.
No.
No, he just yells at us from the parking lot. It's
Yeah.
fine. We hear him.
So what's been the response to the play so far? Pretty good?
Yeah, probably the best ever, really.
Inside joke, but we enjoy all the plays at the Kaleidoscope. You know, I try to go as often as we can. You know, and me and the wife, and we bring our son, who, you know, no big secret, he has autism, but he loves that setting because it's such an intimate, cool little setting. It's not this giant theater where you're in. It's really a cool kind of setting where you actually get to go up and speak with the actors after the
Right.
play, and you know, you can go have a drink, do whatever you need to do. You know. But I want to talk more about the play. I want to talk more about you guys and how people can come and see the play and how they can meet you in person after these messages. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Melissa and Jason from the Kaleidoscope Theater, and they're going to be in this wonderful play, or you're in this wonderful play, and I heard opening night was a hoot, Prelude to a Kiss. Just quickly, in the last minute or so that we have left, what is the play about? Romantic comedy? Is that what we're talking about?
Do you want to take it? I'll take it. You take
You want to take
it?
that
All
one?
right, I'll do it. I will. All right, it's about these 2 little outsiders, those attractive people in the hourglass.
Yes, yeah, and a lovely couple you
Aren't
make.
they, though? They're great.
Yeah.
Their parents think they're cool. They're a couple of outsiders who sort of meet at a party and try to figure out where they belong in the world, and they find out they belong right next to each other. And it's a 2-act play. The first one is sort of, it's got this sort of fairy tale sort of feel to it, where love happens very quickly and suddenly. And then a mysterious occurrence happens at the wedding.
A little mystery.
Yes. That,
Little intrigue.
It's not fully solved until the very final moment of the show. So the second act is about trying to reconnect and rediscover each other and whether or not that happens.
Oh, so we'll have to go to the play to find out whether or not you guys do get back together.
Hundreds of people already have. You might as well join them.
Yeah, I think we will. Now, how do you identify with this character at all? Do you at all, or is it you just playing a part?
No, I love her. I adore her. She has a dark side, and she's very real. I feel like she's a very full character. She's not one-dimensional, and
Not just a love interest. I mean, there's a lot more to your character. What's
yeah,
your character's name?
She's complicated. Her name is Rita Boyle.
Rita
and,
Boyle. Boyle.
She's a cool chick, and it's been fun, kind of like growing into her over the past couple of months.
Growing into a Boyle. Gotta love that.
I was wondering when that was going to happen.
Okay, well, you knew that was going, but you know. Now, Jason, you guys are having a lot of fun on set, I heard.
Yeah,
I heard opening night really was a hoot.
Well,
I
you
mean,
know,
yeah,
if you missed it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yes. And if you've seen it, don't talk about it. I mean,
True.
but you have to go and see this play. And
Yeah.
if I do want to see this play, I guess I just go out to the website, right? What is that?
kt-online.org, or you can call the reservation line at 265-3226.
This is a wonderful play, and I really enjoy the Kaleidoscope, and I highly recommend that people go and see it and support local theater
Yeah.
and actors like yourselves. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if you're
It's
not there, we're
important.
just crazy people on a stage
Yeah.
talking to no one. So don't let that happen.
Yeah, and you're not professional actors. I guess you are professional actors, but it's not your day job, right? I mean, it's
Yeah, no.
kind of a thing you do.
That's
right?
our night and every free moment job.
Yeah.
So it's really your passion.
Yeah.
I guess.
It is. Yeah.
Well, you know, you can actually, sitting in the audience, you can feel that passion, and people really enjoy it when you put yourselves out there like that. So thanks so much for what you do and making Panama City such a nice place to live by having a little gym called the Kaleidoscope Theater out there. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for what you
having
do.
us.
All right.
Yes.
And we'll see you